What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss the topics you send through to me on Twitter. And yeah, there's quite a few of them, and we're going to do something a bit different from now on. So I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to answer it on the IGTV, bruv, just to give some of the Instagram followers a little taste of Rants Red Talk. So we're going to go through the topics, and then my favorite topic, I'm going to discuss that on the IGTV. And that's usually going to be a topic that I feel like you can't just answer it quickly in 1 or 2 minutes. So there'll be a separate video on that. So if you're not following the Instagram, make sure you jump on the Instagram at Rants and Bants on Instagram. You'll see it. Man's verified now. So yeah, let's get into your topics. First up, we have, who we got here? Right. It says at gift underscore spider. It says, remember when Solskjaer first came and you lot were winning, you said your squad is second best in the league on par with Liverpool. Do you still feel the same way? Sick question, bro. I do feel the same way. I just feel like our squad's very imbalanced. That's what I would say. I think man for man, our squad's as good as anyone's outside of Man City's, bro. Like, you can't tell me, yeah, that Liverpool starting up front with Origi, yeah, that Origi's better than fucking Sanchez. He's not. Like, Sanchez has just been playing shit. I think he's been played out of position, but I don't believe Origi's a better footballer than Alexis Sanchez. I don't believe that Origi's a better footballer than Lukaku either, bruv. He's not. Like, he don't start ahead of Lukaku for their national team. So it's one of them ones where when I look at man for man, I do not think that they are better than us man for man. I do think that they have a better cohesion. They have a better squad structure. Like, the players in this squad were assembled specifically to play the way Klopp wants them to play. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet. They all know what their roles are in the team. Whereas I feel like Manchester United are just a group of individuals. They're not a team. They're 4 different managers, players thrown into one fucking cocktail of absolute dog shit, bro. That's just what it is. I couldn't put it any other way, bro. Like, when you look at our players, like when I look at Matip and that, like, Matip is no better than fucking Jones or Smalling. Like, he's not. Like, if anything, they're probably both better than him. Matip's terrible, bruv. Liverpool fans don't rate him, but the facts are, yeah, like, he's beside a very good centre back when he does play. So because of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of takes away from the bullshit. And also, he's got a much more solid structure in front of him. And it's just annoying, bruv, because when you look at Fabinho, yeah, he costs the same amount of money as Matic. People talk about the lack of investment at our club. I don't think there has been a lack of investment. There's been a lack of good investment. Like, Lukaku cost 75 million and some, yeah, plus Wayne Rooney. Same amount as Van Dijk, bruv. Which one was better money spent? Now, when you look at Wijnaldum cost 10 million less than we paid for Ander Herrera. So it's not about the outlay. We have not spent the money wisely. Liverpool have spent all their money on getting players that fit the ethos of the manager, the shape, the structure, and what he wants to do. And we've just wasted money on buying individuals and trying to turn them into a team, and it hasn't worked. So to answer your question, I still do think man for man we do. I just think that the balance is all wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. That was a sick question, bro. I rate that. Next one, at Woody Taylor. Has Alex Ferguson's long reign at the club affected the way United move forward? I mean, 20 years, he's become an institution himself. I think so. I think people keep saying, oh, the United way, and relating it to Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, bruv. Sir Alex Ferguson's reign was not the United way, it was the Sir Alex Ferguson way, bruv. That's it. And even then, yeah, when we were at our best, we didn't play the best football in Europe. We never even played the best football in the Premier League. I don't remember Manchester United ever playing the best football in the Premier League. When I was growing up, Arsenal always played the best football, yeah, but we used to beat them. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. Like, in terms of aesthetically, we never played the best football. When we won the league title in 2013, we played horrendous football, but we had Van Persie at the end to score goals. We've never played the best football in Europe. We've never played the best football in the Premier League as far as I can remember, brother. I'm only 30, so like when I say as far as I can remember, I mean in my 30 years recollection, make that 25 years from 5 years old onwards, I don't remember us ever playing the best football. It wasn't the best. Do you know what I'm saying? But we won shit. So when man are going on like United used to play tiki-taka, yeah, and like possession football and all this under Ferguson, bruv, it's delusion. Rose-tinted glasses, bruv. Too many man have got these rose tints on and everything they remember under Alex Ferguson just being amazing, bruv. There were loads of times where I used to watch United play and we used to play shit football and we just used to nick it at the end. And we just used to be like, fuck it, we got the result, bruv. But man weren't happy with the way we played. So I feel like this whole United way thing, people need to get rid of that. Like, it's annoying, blood. Like, I think the ethos of winning stuff and being positive and playing on the front foot, yeah, cool, that's the United way. But there's no specific style that is the United way. Like, the United way is being positive and winning. That is it. Anything else, man are clutching at straws. Very good question. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Clark Allison, opinion on us being linked with Dybala. Don't want him. Another big name. You could just about hold down a spot, yeah, for Juve in that pub league, because that's what it is, bruv. The Italian league, bruv, it's not competitive, bro. Like, it's not competitive, to be completely honest, man. Like, if you've got Juve in your ACCA, you know most weeks them man are gonna win, innit? Like, there's very rarely any upsets, bro. So if he can't hold down a place in that team, what makes you think that he's not gonna come to England just like Di Maria and just not fancy it? Do you see what I mean? Like, he just does not fancy it. Don't matter how good he is. It doesn't really matter how good he is. At this level, yeah, all these men are all right, like, at the top level. Like, Dybala's at a top team. He's a good player. Like, there's no disputing that. However, that doesn't mean he's going to come and fancy it, bruv. The way it's pissing down outside now, bruv. Fucking torrential rain. When it's February, yeah, and the rain's pissing down and the pitch is waterlogged, yeah, and is he really going to fancy it, bruv? I don't think so. Everything about him, just the way he's built, the way he plays football, tells me, yeah, that England ain't for him, bruv. So I wouldn't waste my money on Dybala, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next one is at Ibis Flex. How many players do you think United will sign, and do you think Ole is falling out with Martial, or he is just trying to push him to be better? I think Ole has fallen out with Martial. Well, I know he has fallen out with Martial. However, I don't think it's something that can't be resolved. Like, managers and players fall out all the time, bruv. Like, man saw that Luke Shaw fell out with Maureen, and then Maureen started playing him, bruv. Like, players and managers fall out. Different attitudes, different styles, bruv. Like, there's no doubt, yeah, that Tony's not happy with how he's being used. And in all honesty, I wasn't really. Like, I noticed that Tony became less involved when Ole took over, bruv. Like, in terms of attacking wise. If you notice, his goals dried up as soon as Rashford became the focal point of the attack, Tony's goals dried up. And that's down to the style of play. And I think that he is feeling it a bit, because obviously he's our best striker at the club. And the numbers show us that. Like, I retweeted something from United Arena the other day. And actually, in terms of shots taken, shots on target and goals scored, he's the most efficient forward in the whole league. But we're not playing him up front. And actually, one of the very few things Maureen did why Martial was scoring loads of goals and actually kept him in a job is because he played him centrally, bruv. Like, he said, I'm not playing Martial out wide because he don't like defending. Like, even Maureen said that. But Ole still hasn't seen that. He doesn't get that. So I don't understand. And then you've got man calling him lazy when, in fact, he's not lazy. He's just a striker. You know what I mean? All the attributes you want from a winger, you're not going to get from him because he's a 9. So the best thing we need to do is fuck Lukaku off, give him his number 9 shirt back, and play him up front. Okay? Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Andrew Christian. I honestly believe, should we lose Pogba and PP and reinvest plus another 200 mil, we can fill the side that can easily get top 4 with another 2 windows we can challenge. What's your thoughts? Bro, those are exactly my thoughts, yeah? My thoughts are, sell Pogba. Not because I don't want Pogba, but because I feel like he don't owe us nothing. Like, he's given us long enough to get to a respectable enough position that we should be challenging for the league. Since we've signed him, we haven't challenged for anything really, innit? So he deserves to go, bruv. He's done his time. Like, there's no elite player in the game other than him that has to play with the shit players that he has to play with week in, week out, bruv. He don't owe us nothing, innit? He's done his time. Let him go. Also, I believe if he doesn't want to be there, why are you going to keep him as well, bruv? We're in a situation where we can't afford to carry players. I said the same about players like Mata, players like Ozil. You see these creative players, yeah? They're luxury players. That's what they are. Obviously, Pogba puts in work and he covers the most ground in the team and that. I'm not disputing that. But he doesn't want to do that. That's not him. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, why, when we're trying to rebuild, yeah, and get a team that's functional and that can challenge, we don't need a player like that. Like, we don't. We'll be better off getting 3 midfielders that just want to graft, innit? Like, it would do the team better. So I honestly believe that we can definitely field a side with that can challenge. Rom's definitely going as well. It's going to be a big summer. What I would personally do, I would bring in players mainly from the Premier League at teams between 6th and 10th in the league, bruv, like, that we would play. Like, even when someone said to me, how many players would you bring in that don't have Champions League that could better our team? I'll tell you what, yeah, we could bring in Tielemans, yeah, who's on loan, so he's not a Leicester player technically. We could get him. We could easily get Harry Maguire, bruv, because he's better than fucking Jones and Smalling. Like, I've seen enough of him to say he's definitely better than Jones and Smalling now. Before, I wasn't so sure. After this season, like, fuck the World Cup gas, because everyone gets gas. I've seen enough of him. He's better. He's solid enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Toby's got Champions League football. We could get him for 25 M's, but let's say for argument's sake, Tielemans, Maguire, Zaha, Neves, and then who else did I miss out? There was Neves, Tielemans, so 2 centre mids, a centre back, a winger, Zaha, and man need a striker as well. Realistically, bruv, man need a striker. I wouldn't know who. No, actually, we don't even need a striker. I'll just get a second winger, bruv, because Lukaku's gone. You got Mason, Rashford, and Martial as strikers for 1 season. You know what I mean? Getting another winger, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? Sancho, I think we could still get him even without Champions League football. Like, for argument's sake, if man could get Sancho and Zaha, yeah, get Tielemans, get Neves, and get a centre-back in Maguire, that's 5 man. I believe that them 5 signings are enough to get us top 4 next season, bruv. Because I believe how we need to attack it is we need to aim to finish in the top 4 next season. So say for argument's sake, we finish 4th. The season after, we need to finish 3rd. And then the season after that, we need to challenge for the title. I believe in Ole's 3rd season, man needs to challenge for the league, guys. So I think give him 3 years. I think this year you buy players that are good enough to get us top 4 and who will also make for good squad players when we've got Champions League, when we can bring in bigger names and better players. I think that's the way we have to attack it. When you look at Liverpool, as I said, like, once you've got a system, man for man, these men are not, they're not fucking, like, it's not a Galactico team, bruv. It's not elite on paper, but on the pitch it's elite. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. The next one is I don't even know how to say this, blood. It's just a bit of a mad thing. It says, thoughts on unfollow Manchester United campaign. I unfollowed it, bruv. I'm completely with you. I'm going to tell you the story about my season ticket as well. I unfollowed it because these men do only care about commercial side of things. They just care about numbers, bruv. I'm tired of Ed Woodward saying we can do what other teams can't do. Look at our social media numbers, all this. Fuck your social media numbers, bruv. Honestly, we only want to know about what you're doing to invest in the team. I was on the phone about my season ticket the other day. My guys, I told you how it works is like, there's like there's about 5 of us. We've got 3 seats at Old Trafford, innit? Like, we all don't have a seat each, bruv. The waiting list is long. And usually, because the man them got children, not everyone can go at the same time. So we'll just kind of like alternate going. And then if the 3 seats are taken up, I'll go and get a seat. I've got other guys where I can get seats, man. Do you know what I mean? So I just won't sit there. But more times I'll be sitting behind the dugout, pitch side when I'm at Old Trafford, because that's where the seats are. The seats are over £900. The guy said that if we don't opt in for League Cup and Europa League, then we won't be able to apply for away tickets, bruv. These are silver and gold memberships. So no matter how long you've had your seat for, if you're not paying the extra to go to all these fucking Europa League games and that in midweek, which a lot of the man them can't do because they've got kids and other responsibilities, then you can't apply for away games, bruv. And if anyone knows, like they've been seeing my tweets, away games, man are trying to charge £150 for tickets. My Man City away ticket this season was £200, blood. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So the club, they're not serious. Like they're not rewarding your loyalty or anything like that. All these men care about is money. And also when you opt in for these fucking things, them man can say, and the attendance is 75,000, this, that, and the other. When in reality, the seat's empty, blood. Because it's all about what it looks like. You know what I mean? So fuck what it looks like, man. The clubs are shambles. And until we get the Glazers out, yeah, like, it's going to be a struggle for us, guys. I can't even lie, because these men don't give a fuck about the performance of the football team. They really, really don't. Let me know what your thoughts are on unfollow Manchester United and if you've done it online. Let me know. I have. I unfollowed them on Instagram. I unfollowed them on Twitter. And I deleted the app from my phone. At Mr_MYSS, is DOF going to change anything if Ed is still at the club? See that? I think it will. It will. You know why it will? Because the reason why Manchester United have all these players on stupid money, the reason why Manchester United have 1 million scouts but they don't sign the right man, is because you got Ed Woodward dealing with contracts, blood. He's a commercial man. This is why we overpay for players. This is why we don't get the fees for players, because he don't know what he's doing. Man talk about losing Sir Ferguson, but losing David Gill was crucial. Man, I have to know, bruv. Like, it takes us so long to secure deals, bruv. Like, you're hearing, the season's not over, and you're hearing that people have got deals in place for players already. Real Madrid got players lined up already. Man City got players lined up already. And what's Ed Woodward doing, blood? Trying to get fucking sponsors for our shirt, blood. This is just what it is. So as soon as there's a DOF that can focus solely on football and Ed can focus on getting us fucking sponsorships in Korea and shit, then it will improve. It will improve. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. These are some really fucking good questions. Reaction to the Champions League semi-finals. Hats off to Liverpool. Hate them. I can't hate their manager. I respect Klopp. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as I was saying today, like, them man are still bottlers until they win something. However, you cannot discredit Klopp for the job that he's had. I remember the squad that he inherited with the Markovic's, the Lamberts, the Morenos of this world. None of these men don't play for the club no more. He done a full clear out. He done exactly what Maureen should have done when he came in. I have to respect Klopp for what he's done. But if they don't win nothing, what does it mean, bruv? And also, big up Pochettino, my fucking guy, bruv. Top-notch Pochettino, blood. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy for my brother. He gets to see his team in a Champions League final. Hopefully they win it. I've seen my team win too. And I really hope that he gets to see his team win one. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, it would be amazing if Tottenham could win it for many reasons. For obviously my brothers even, both of my brothers, and also for Arsenal fans who have never won the Champions League, and also Liverpool fans to see them lose another final. So, I mean, there's a lot of love going to Tottenham right now from me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, all English Europa League finalists looking like. A man wanna question the quality of the Premier League, bruv. This is going to one of the questions that I've been asked that I'm going to answer on IGTV. The Premier League is the most fucking... Bruv, this is the best it's ever been, bruv. Like, I'm not hearing any different. Let me know what you think in the comments about your Champions League semi-finals. I think that was the best set of semi-finals that I can remember in my lifetime. I know it's easy to kind of overlook things and only remember the present, but I feel like I haven't seen two semi-finals where both teams have come back from deficits and won like that in dramatic fashion. At Robbie, well, it's not at Robbie. It says Robbie M95 at M95 Robbie. Who's your player of the year? Victor Lindelof. Has to be, bruv. Because bare man were talking about Luke Shaw. No fucking way, bruv. Do you know what I mean? No way. No way. It has to be Victor Lindelof. And that's only based on how much he's improved from last season and how consistent he's been. On consistency, Lindelof has to get it. He has to. Let me know who's your player of the season, guys. It took Liverpool almost 30 years to get back and seriously compete for the title. What do United need to do to avoid such a long spell? To be fair, it didn't take Liverpool 30 years. Once they got the new owners in that they've got now, it was pretty quick. It only took them that long to win the Premier League because they were fucking around, bruv. That's all. It didn't really take them 30 years, man. Do you know what I mean? Once they got their shit together, it didn't take them 30 years. It took them more like 5 years once they got their shit together. So, yeah. I think that the key for United is getting their shit together. Do I believe that they're going to do that anytime soon? I'm afraid not, guys. Say if Ole was still the interim manager, would you think he's the right man for the job? Absolutely not, bruv. No, I wouldn't. Nobody would. Come on, let's be fucking realistic now. Let's be realistic now. It just wouldn't happen. Everyone would be saying, yeah, we can't give him the job. But that's football, innit? I still back Ole. Yeah, but I'm not going to lie to you and say, yo, even if he was interim, I'd be like, yeah, give him a chance. No, I'd be like, get fucking top-notch Tino, bro. Like what I was saying before Ole was in the frame. So, you know what I mean? I have to be honest about these things. I wouldn't say that. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I know a lot of you, man. To be honest, a lot of my supporters, like, you lot fuck with me because I just tell it how I see it, innit? And I know a lot of you lot weren't convinced by Ole. All right. And this is the question for the IG. Is the English Premier League the strongest it's ever been? If so, why or why not? You, man, go to Instagram TV and see my breakdown on this shit, yeah? It's at Rants and Bants on Instagram. Make sure you go see the breakdown because man's going to answer that question there. The last question at Gibbo175. Wage structure. Ours is scandalous compared to other clubs. That needs to be sorted along with a well fucking overdue clear out. My fucking guy, nothing but the truth. And let me show you how fucked this is. And this is what I told you, Ed Woodward dealing with contracts. These man seen him come in, bro. Look at this. Alexis Sanchez, 350 grand a week. How? Paul Pogba, 290 they're saying. It ain't that, innit? Like, it's more like 250. Paul Pogba hasn't signed a new deal since we signed him. Martial, 250 they're saying. De Gea, 200. Lukaku, 200. Lukaku, 200. So he negotiated a 200 grand a week contract at Manchester United coming from a club like Everton, bruv. How? Luke Shaw, 195 grand a week. How? Luke Shaw's the highest paid fullback in the world, bruv. How? They're saying one matters on 140. Bro, 140 grand a week for a midfielder that don't play. Bruv, all these men are on more money than Christian Eriksen, blood. One matters on more money than Christian Eriksen, rude boy. Phil Jones is on more money than fucking Christian Eriksen. Fred, 120 grand a week, they're saying. Fair enough. Matic, they're saying 120 as well. Ashley Young, they're saying 110. Lingard, they're saying 100. Valencia, 100. How's Valencia on 100 grand a week? Even at his prime, he was never a 100 grand a week player. Do you see what I mean? Ashley Young's on 110. Ashley Young's on 120. Bruv, 110 grand a week. Fuck's sake. Rojo, Smalling, Bailly, Lindelof, Herrera. These men are on 75, 80 grand a week. Cool. Darmian, 60. Romero, Dallo, 550, and they're saying Rashford's on 45 grand a week. He's not on 5 grand a week. Marcus Rashford definitely signed a new deal. That was probably his contract before this one. Marcus Rashford is not on 45 grand a week. Don't believe that, innit? But the bottom line is, yeah, these shit man are on peas, blood. Big peas. And then there's other players at clubs that are on a fraction of what these men are on, and they're putting in better performances than these guys week in, week out. Like how are players like Mo Salah, like Mane and all these men on less money then fucking one matter, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying? This club is run a shambles. It's run a shambles. And you can sit down and negotiate money and wages with Ed Woodward and take him to the cleaners because he don't know shit about football. He doesn't know what man is supposed to be on. He don't know. If you got a proper DOF that knows football, when man said 200 grand for Lukaku, you must have said, shut up. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, shut your mouth. But this is what's happening. Teams are seeing Ed Woodward sitting at the table and thinking, yo, we're going to take this guy for a prick. This is Man United. They got money. So we're going to add 20 million on the price of all these players. We're going to get an extra 30 grand a week out of this guy. Or maybe even more than that because we can. Something needs to change, guys. And that's why I think the DOF is vital. Let me know what you think in the comments. That was your Rants Red Talk. Make sure you head over to IGTV to see the answer to the other question, guys, about the Premier League era. Is this the best Premier League era in my lifetime? Well, not even in my lifetime, because the Premier League era started in 1992. So is it the best time in the Premier League era? Period. Make sure you add up the socials, the Instagram, so you can check that out. And also, just to keep up to date with the posts, it's at Rants and Bants on Instagram and also on Twitter. Make sure you smash that like button. And yeah, man, just keep it interactive. Keep your comments coming. Fucking loving it. When I put the tweet out today, over 100 responses for Rants Red Talk. Fucking appreciate it, guys. And yeah, I'm going to catch you soon. Peace.